As a small gallery in Brighton, we get to see a lot of work, and when we first saw your work, we thought, well, what we'll see is we'll try it out, try some of the prints and see how they sold. They were very, they were very popular straight away. But I think for me, my colleague Lindsay and myself, when we first started Inked, we were always interested in promoting print, but we always felt it more important also to be able to show people like yourself, who some people only get to see your print work in larger editions, to be able to have access to the stuff which is a little bit more unique. Yeah. And I suppose the space itself lends itself for kind of quite a intimate kind of.
Well, I just love the way that you said I could paint on the walls and just sort of treat that as a canvas. And always liked drawing, always liked printing, always liked painting, and I've kind of found a way to marry them all. Sort of print out a background to get the subtle textures, and then screen print onto the top of that.
When you look at your work, you definitely feel that you're seeing some sort of narrative, and as now I've had some experience working with you, everything you always bring in, it definitely feels like there is a story involved, and you feel like you're in your head. So I suppose having the gallery painted up, it definitely feels like people are coming into your space. Like the way we set out some of your Yetis, where you've got them hidden in the floor and stuff.
Just makes me smile, just a big group of Yetis all happy and smiling.
Happy, running around.
I just like the idea that they do exist somewhere. No one's found them, but they do exist in a big group somewhere, and they're all really happy.
Well, I suppose that's like your first one that you brought in was a picture of father and a child.
Yes.
And you've got basically a sort of group of Yetis behind skating about. And not only have you produced Yetis in paper form, you've produced like three-dimensional stuff as well. So you're making sculptures of Yetis as well.
That's the kind of the next stage really. They just work great as a group, so it's almost just like a 3D picture, I suppose.
And one thing I was kind of interested in is when I first saw it, there's obviously sort of some narrative to it, there's some story to it. So what's it about? I mean, I think it's two people out.
Yeah, it's kind of camping. Yeah, I guess because through my prints and stuff, I'm trying to create a little world. So it's bringing it from the print into the real world almost. It's just so you kind of makes it that more believable, I suppose. Really.
It's got a great impact. I would love to own it. Unfortunately, somebody got there before me.
Whilst I was upstairs still and hadn't even come down for the show, someone had came in and bought it. It was the first guy in the show, I think.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the next show, but
well, you're going to have to put out the stock, man. If it's as good as this, it's going to be a pretty impressive show.
No, I'm pleased I put as much thought into it as I did, and it's
great. Nice. Well, we look forward to your next one.
So when is that going to be?
It's going to be next year.